I love you. I love you too.
They both had their strengths and weaknesses, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we focused up so close? Okay, let's go in. Good morning. Well, we got an interesting message about an hour ago. When we went to the old McCaskill's farm on the 22nd, so a couple of weeks or so ago, that evening, 2 of their horses were stolen. And so we've got a bunch of raw video of just people out there. The actual footage we used for the vlog probably wasn't maybe 4 or 5 minutes long. I don't know without going back and looking at it. But our actual video on the ground was probably closer to 30 minutes. There's a couple of people they want to try and get a better picture of it. They remember being there. I don't know any more details than that. I don't need to know more details than that. So I'm hoping that, maybe being able to provide some footage to them would be helpful. It might not be. There were a lot of people there, and we didn't get a lot of shots of just groups of people, but every little bit helps.
So he's scanning through the footage up there. There's all sorts of people there.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, anyway, I gotta get back to work real soon, but I wanted to try and get this somewhere where I could deliver something before too long.
Luke, you have some explaining to do. What's going on with your shirt? And why are you naked from the waist down?
No.
You don't know? Why is there water all over your shirt?
Hello.
You don't know. Did the water just fly up and get you?
It's a birdie.
That's a birdie.
It's a scary birdie.
That's a scary birdie.
Uh-huh.
Are you in trouble?
No.
You're not in trouble?
I'm not.
I think you are in trouble.
I'm not trouble.
Yes, you are. You're going to sit in timeout for a while because you got yourself all wet, and that's not okay. But first, we need to put some pants on.
Yep.
We were planning on going out this afternoon, but Luke was kind of in a crazy mood, so I decided to wait until Matthew gets home, and then we'll kind of all go out together. We need to run to Walmart to get a flash drive to be able to copy all the footage, to be able to give them about the horses, and we need to get a couple of big, large Tupperwares. We have all of these that need to be, and I need to get the bubble wrap to go between them, and then make a little bit more noise. Just make some more noise, please. Luke's down for a nap. Well, was. But I have all these cups up here that we're not using them anymore. So I'm going to take those out as well. So I can put all that up there because we're using these now. Right now, both the kids are working on school. We have to do 180 days of school. So I'm trying to figure out what days each month because I made notes of them, but I didn't count them yet, so I need to see how many days we have left that we need to do and that type of thing. I need to clean out my pantry, and I just haven't had time. Life has just been kind of busy and crazy lately, it feels like. Luke does that. I think the kids do it too some. They get something from the pantry, instead of putting it back on the shelf, they just stick it on the floor in front of the pantry. So there's always a mountain of food. I've got to clean out up here. I was working on that a little bit earlier. It's a bunch of chemicals and stuff that we're not using. And this door, we never shut it because I always leave that like that. If this sits like this, I can just push the button and it drops directly into the thing down here, into the little feeder thing. And I kind of prefer to do it that way instead of just pouring the cup and having a drippy cup up there. So I just have it drop directly into it. It's been kind of just one of those days where I haven't gotten much accomplished.
I'm done with math.
Good. You like your math? Why don't you go ahead and do one more lesson, okay? I'm trying to get it so you can take Friday off. I'm about to also get on the computer and look at all the different displays that are going to be at the conference we're going to go to and choose the ones I want to go to, because there's like 100, and if I don't make the choices before we go, we'll waste time talking to people I have no interest in seeing. I don't want to spend the entire time having to look through the material displays and the booths and everything. I'd like to be able to go to one of the I don't know what they're called, seminars, meetings, things. I'd like to be able to go to that instead of spending the whole day talking to people about the curriculums.
By taking a survey.
So what are you learning about today?
It said the name of the lesson is called Graphs and Pixel Graphs.
Okay. So that'll be fun to learn about. What do you like about it? What do you like most?
That it's not too hard. I like how you have a lecture, and then you have a free practice until E, and then you have usually questions until 22.
Do you feel like it's asking you too many questions, not enough questions?
Just right questions.
Do you feel like you're learning anything from it?
I have learned a few things.
Good. Olivia, how are you doing with your math right now?
I want to stop
You want to stop?
and do teaching textbook.
Yeah, as soon as I can get it for you, we'll start you on it, but I have not been able to find it right now.
Maybe it will be at the conference.
I'm trying to find it used because there's no point in paying new money for it to be new. Lauren, what's wrong, sweetie?
The cat laid on my tablet, and now my tablet is an animal. I was trying to organize it, and Atlas just came and laid on it.
Look at all the cat hair everywhere.
It was a lot worse, but it is kind of scraped off.
Lukey just woke up. You need to snuggle. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, so here's a curious development in the flood models that the girls built. So we put the water in them last night, and Lauren's was stuck down real hard to the base and held water for a little bit before it would start leaking. And Olivia's had pulled away a little bit, so the levees didn't really hold any water at all. But we left them sitting in the flood water, and Lauren's has melted. I mean, it's
Could it be it's under the light?
No, it was. I only moved it over this morning.
Okay.
That started last night. What'd you think of that?
My city that didn't get flooded.
I know, that would be.
My city has died.
Yeah, your city's kind of gone underwater, but Olivia's, even though it leaked, has a big shelter for people to climb up onto. So they both had their strengths and weaknesses, didn't they?
So right now I am working on our grocery list for the week because we never really made it to the store good over the weekend. We went to Aldi's and then everybody was done. I'm working on this list and I'm a little confused. Is corn on the cob a medical product?
Just noticed that on the list online.
So how do you use that medically? I'm just curious.
We don't want to know. So since it's getting to be the end of the school year, it's going to be time to put up all the old curriculum stuff and kind of clean out the office for the summer until whatever new stuff we choose comes in. And a lot of it's not going to have any physical presence, really.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, we hope. Which is going to be neat and different and weird. So we need to get some kind of totes or boxes to put all that stuff securely in, because I don't think there's room in the boxes we used for curriculum last year. Yeah, we don't want to mix them together either way.
I'd like to keep my grades separate, so if I ever go to resell it, I can just pull out the focus.
Yeah. And the brightness.
What in the world?
It's my chin.
Okay, I want to ask y'all, totally off topic. Have you noticed this camera does not like to focus on Matthew?
It doesn't. If there is another face, it's focused on Lauren right now. Lauren, say hi. You're the center of attention.
But it never focuses on Matthew. It chooses everybody else but him first. I'm like, is it because your edges are fuzzy or something, and that's why it doesn't see you as a human?
I guess.
It sees you as a Sasquatch.
I'm blurry.
But we
Let's
were
go.
saying
Yeah.
we need to go get a tote to put my grades in, my school stuff in, and dishes that need to be put away, and bubble
Okay.
wrap.
So we need a couple of totes then.
Yes.
We totes need totes.
Oh my gosh, give me the camera.
I don't actually know where to look to find bubble wrap at Walmart. I'm guessing like office supplies, but I'm not sure. So we're just gonna wander. Oh wait,
Oh,
bubble wrap.
do we need that much?
It'll probably go fast. It'll go faster than you think. Oh my gosh, it's $16.
That's
17.
more or less than you expected.
I don't know. I figured since it's basically air.
Would it be cheaper to buy a bunch of magazines?
No. What do you think it is, Luke? It is? Wow.
Don't chew on the bubble wrap. Was that loud?
A little bit.
This is really
You know, you'd think after her first accident with the polyjuice potion, she would have figured it out.
What is it?
Scented containers. That can't be right. I hope that's not right. You saw that all the way from the aisle back there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's camouflage, it's zebra stripes.
We need to downsize our diaper bag. We don't even use it for that. It's huge and it's starting to fall apart in places. I love this one because of all the different pocket options. It's not downsizing though. I need something smaller, so.
All right, so we were gonna go to Food Line to finish up our grocery shopping, but a couple of things that we're getting are meats for the meals for the rest of the week. And since we've been having problems with Food Line's meats here lately, we're gonna try Piggly Wiggly for just all of our basic shopping. I don't really know where a lot of stuff is, so I guess we're gonna have to wander around a little bit, but
yay.
It's not quite as big a store, I don't think, so
We'll see.
I don't know.
Maybe they'll have Half Moon cookies.
Possibly. Wow.
What's Half Moon cookies?
It looks like we're being seen from the moon.
But what is Half Moon?
Why are we focused up so close? Okay, let's go in.
And a cake.
What kind of cake do you want?
A carrot one.
A carrot cake.
A carrot one.
That does look pretty good. And I tell you, it takes guts to use those. Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
Worcester. Let's go.
Alright, so right in the middle of shopping, Lisa started feeling really sick. And since this store is literally just down the street from my house, we ran back and dropped her off and came back to finish the few things we had left to do. Which at this point is probably just going to be the meats that we needed to get, because a few of the things that we normally get, the big bags of vegetables, I just don't think they carry here. They've got a lot of smaller ones, but not quite what we need. And then we were home. So we couldn't find the proper size of a couple things that we needed, so we just got the meats that we needed and went ahead and left. However, as we were walking at the door of the grocery store, there was apparently some sort of altercation going on with some plainclothes police officers and an individual that was kind of agitated. And so I had to hurriedly get the children into the car and turn just in time to see what looked like a fight getting ready to start. However, then we saw the police car and kind of knew what was going on. But yeah, that was kind of scary for a few minutes. Everybody's fine. It was taken care of. It's just felt very vulnerable for those few seconds. You know, even though it was at a distance, not really knowing what was going on, and torn between, gosh, I need to call the cops right now, not knowing they were already there, and gosh, I need to get my kids out of here. So either way, everything's turned out all right. We've got most of what we need for the week, and the vegetables, I can pick those up anytime before we have them. So Lisa's doing just fine now. We were worried for a little bit that what she was starting to feel was the beginning of one of these kidney stone type flares, but it turned out not to be, or at least it passed quick enough that that's probably not what it was. But we're going to have to kind of take every little twang like that as something that could turn into something else kind of quick here, at least for the next little bit. I don't know, I'm just glad we weren't too far away from the house and we were able to get her back here pretty quickly. Well, today's shout out of the day goes to Mandy's Life. She says, I love bowling, and going out in the Air Force Base would have been a nice experience. Such a fun family day out. Thanks, Mandy. Yep, we had a good time. Being so close to an Air Force base, you kind of get used to the sound of jets, so yeah, y'all have probably noticed them in the background when we're outside a lot. When one flies over, there's not much you can do but notice. But yeah, we had a good time, and I think we're going to have to look into doing that again sometime. Well, after our little experience leaving the grocery store, that leads us to our question of the day. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen while you're out shopping? So we pretty much walked by somebody getting arrested, which was kind of scary, but what interesting or funny things have you seen while you're out shopping? Let us know down in the comments. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to hit that button. Thanks for joining us today. Good night.
He's been waking up in a better mood. Normally Luke wakes up really angry, but he's been waking up more like this lately.